Hello and welcome to Cathy Paints. I'm Cathy Wappel and I will be painting this model today. It's not the one I was working on yesterday. That was this Raging Heroes model. She is mostly finished. There's just a few tiny details that I want to tweak, but I'm not going to do that until, well, sometime when I'm not streaming because I have to really focus in on that. And we all know how focused I am when I'm streaming, especially when there's people in the chat to keep me company. I'm just going to attach my headset cable here into my shirt so that it doesn't get in my way. All right, let's take a look at this one. We haven't worked on this for a little bit, so I'm going to take my old paintbrush and dust this off. Ha ha ha, Captain Mizzy, hi. I can be focused, just not when you're here. You just distract me. Rush Guy says, hello, wow, I had only had sound until I reloaded. That's all you need, right? That's all. You know I'm not going to be painting. All you need is sound. You don't need to see anything in the painting stream. That's just silly. Alright, so I've dusted this off. It's been a little bit since I worked on this one, so now it's time to rediscover where I left off. Thank you for the host, Real Brush Guy. Mizzy says, I distract with chaos and seduction. Those are like two of my favorite things, Captain Mizzy. See, this is why you succeed. Chaos and seduction. Oh, Brush Guy, it is laggy as hell for the Brush Guy. Well, that's no good. That usually means that you're going to go off and do something else instead, because it would just be too painful to watch. You know what? It's me. It's me. I'm dropping frames. At least I was dropping frames. So that's my fault. I just looked up and frames have been dropping for some reason. You'll see how it works out. I'll see how it works out. My percentage of frames dropped has not increased. Hey, Asmo. Drop frames like a beat. I don't want to. I don't wanna. Hey, Sibstorm. Sibstorm says, I swear some people just never leave your stream. No, they don't. They don't. Ever. No one does. Brush Guy says, I've experienced some noticeable slowdown in my internet connection the last few evenings. Well, that's unfortunate. Right, Mizzy? Why would you want to? Why would they want to leave? I mean, I know why I would leave, but that's just because, I get hungry. So the gerbils are revolting. They're not revolting, they're cute. I love how revolting can have two so different meanings. So very different meanings. Sibstorm says, have you tried sitting down and talking with them? They might be really nice. They just want to air their grievances. Yeah, I don't know. Is that what's running the computers? Is that what runs the internet, gerbils? Asmo is an IT expert. He should know these things. Gerbils are actually running the internet, right? Asmo, so close to streaming again. Hey, Mo's Magic. Brush Guy says he thought it was hamsters that run the internet. No, it's gerbils. I love some hamsters. The hamsters all quit. And now the gerbils are revolting. What's it going to be next, I wonder? If it's raccoons, then we are all doomed.
Do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
Pelicram, thank you so much for the sub. That was a huge surprise. Thank you so much. Make me spit my tea out. Wow, that makes the internet even cuter. Was it really cute to begin with, though? And V is here. And Sibstorm says, I've had a weird instance at my house where Facebook images aren't loading. Tried installing FF as a test. Facebook loaded fine at Firefox at first, but now it's doing the same thing, but it's only Facebook doing it. V says, I had to reboot my computer for updates. Well, that was me last week with the updates. Guten Tag Brushy, says V. V Gates Brushy. Because V is learning German, just like everybody else. Except for those of us that are learning Dutch. Because German is cool. I thought it was nerdy, but, you know, maybe that's Dutch. Maybe Dutch is nerdy. Asma says, I still need to have someone come out and run network cables to all my rooms. Have you considered hiring raccoons? Isn't that the same? When I joke about that to people who aren't you and Snowyak, they get all crazy like I totally mean that German and Dutch are the same. Because of course they aren't. So yeah, I'm just looking at this model. I should look at the model I'm looking at the model on the monitor instead of right in front of me. How weird is that? Like, I could put my visor down and look at the model right here, and let's get an idea of what we want to do with this. Maybe we do the skin first. And once I get a handle on the skin, then we can figure out what color we want to do the darkest darks and the lightest highlights on the cloth. We'll get the skin in place. This is the what do they call that? What do they call that race? The Simic hybrid. Asmo has considered raccoons, considering he's in the middle of nowhere. Running the PC off a Wi-Fi adapter and it hurts your soul. I've done that. Or the thing that sits where the soul was. Or the thing that sits where people think the soul is. That place, yeah. V has been productive-ish this afternoon. Drew a shork. Found extra craft blades. Replaced the craft blade in my favorite craft knife. And then hid the blades again so that you will uncover them as if it's an archaeology excavation in several years. Brush Guy says, I finally sealed that hole in the bust socket with the two. What is it? Is it a two-part glue? What is 2K? I don't know that term, 2K. I'm unfamiliar with that. He says, I found more watercolor brushes, played with a puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Yes, you hid the blades in the safe place. Safe place, trademark. Mm-hmm. You hate it when you do that? What? Hide blades in the safe place? To see. Okay. So it is two-part. Okay. I get it. I understand. I need to put some water in my fancy water reservoir. This is the water that is fresh every day. This is the water that is not. That's like 2 days worth of painting in that. No, 3, because Monday night and then Tuesday and then Wednesday. Put anything in a safe place. That's why I leave everything out in the dangerous wide open. Because we all know what happens when you put stuff in the safe place. I feel, am I too far over? Am I too far this way? Do I need to move over? Okay. I think I just needed to move over. I was like, things don't seem like they're in totally the right place. And I still, let's see, okay, so skin. Let's see what we have out here. I have red, I have yellow, I have magenta, I have white, which is good. And I have blue. I have phthalo blue, which is all good. Oh dear. Oh no, the dog found toilet paper. Oh, that doesn't sound like, that sounds very messy. That dog. That dog. So, I would like her skin to be a desaturated bluish color, sort of bluish gray. So, let's see how we can make this happen. First, we get the crappy mixing brush. Yeah, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I know I want blue, so let's start out with phthalo blue. I'm going to put this over by the purple on the paper, on the palette. So tomorrow is the reading stream, and I still haven't figured out what I want to read. So what do you think? What do you think I should read? I'm sure there's another Conan book that I could find. Uh, there are plenty more Princess of Mars, John Carter of Mars books. There are more Lovecraft short stories. There's more Edgar Allan Poe. There's Tarzan stories. V is also ready for tonight's D&D. I am ready for tonight's D&D as well. So a little bit of yellow, red, a little bit of red. I don't know why I said yellow. Totally not the color I was using. Let's get some white in here. We want this to be, oh, look at this. Look at this desaturated blue-gray because we put that red in with the blue. See how that doesn't look like purple at all? They always say red and blue make purple, but it really depends on what red and what blue. Everything will be fine. Yeah, you're rubbing your hands together like Montgomery Burns. I can tell. I don't even have to see you. You know how this works. You're trying to kill us all. And I have to look through my notes to remind myself where we all were. I didn't think we were going to be getting any rest. I think taking a rest in a tiny cubbyhole with only one entrance was maybe a strategic error, but that's just me. And you know, I am but one fuzzy bugbear. What do I know? Yes, and we rolled low. Was it car? Should we just blame Car Crasher? I feel like everything is Car's fault. In fact, I'm just gonna blanket lay the blame on him forever from now on. I think that's fair. Okay, so I have a sort of blue-gray, definitely not super saturated blue. And that seems like a mid-tone. It actually looks pretty close to what her skin color is right now. So now I need to get a lighter color and a darker color. And I'd like my lighter color to be more of a salmon sort of color. So we'll be using the yellow, the golden yellow that I have over here, and some red and white. And of course we'll mix blue in with it. So Reaper Clear Phthalo Blue. I am painting! V, I'm painting! And Mizzy's here, and I'm painting. You can't stop me. I put more blue on my palette. Why are you painting so much? So I threw some blue in with this. This was yellow, red, a little bit of blue, and white. And I need more white. In fact, I'm not going to put the white in this. I'm going to put it next to this. And then I'm going to slowly mix in a little bit of this color with it. So I've successfully made beige. So it's not actually a salmon color. I feel like I need magenta. Izzy says she's painting because I can't seduce her while I'm working. You could say it's hard. It is hard. I need more yellow. Maybe I need more red. Yeah, the red is what I needed. Now that I have that in there, I'm like, oh yes, it's the red that I needed. See how it's right there on the edge? That's where that beige color was. This is the red and magenta that I've been adding. That is much closer to what I wanted, but I need it to be a lighter value. So again, we're putting some white just on the edge of it. So we have the lighter color, we have the darker value. We are making a few different types of, we're making a highlight to the skin tone, and we're making a mid-tone is the blue color for the skin tone. This is the Simic Hybrid character. So I'm just making up what I think the Simic Hybrid would have as a skin color. Which in this case is sort of a bluish gray, almost like Shork Skin V. But now I need a shadow color. Well, it's not. No, the skin's not going to be bleen. Well, it's. No. No, it's this color. It's this. But look. It's blue mixed with red and white. See? So, blue and red, what do they make? In grade school, we learned that, even though it isn't true. Blue and red make purple. So, clearly, that's purple. Blue and red make blood. Yes. So, we have made blood, and now I want a darker blood. So, we're going to use blue and red and not put any white in with it. And I think it will lean more towards the red part of the color for the shadow. So the shadow is going to have more red in it, and the highlight is going to have red in it. Hey, Patras. You have skin? Are you painting your mini-me? You have skin? Are you going to post your work in progress pictures someplace in a Discord or something so we can look at it later? And month. Wait. Mini Pat has muscles? I find that hard to believe. You might do on Insta. Am I following you on Instagram? I don't know. I want to say that I am, but I'm not sure. Let's go look. Are you Pat Draws on Instagram? Are you Pat Draws? Pat Jaws, I see you. I am already following you. Of course I am. Of course I am, Pat. Hey, Snowyak. Uhatet. You're just home from a busy day? Just now? Well, grab a beer, put your feet up, and relax. Snowyak says I was almost alone at work and then I rode to a farmer and had a small dinner party between the sheep. Nice. Did you eat any sheep? No, of course you didn't. Did you eat cheese? Everyone made food. Oh, it's like a potluck. Was it like a potluck? Everybody brought something? I mean, that's what we call it when everybody gets together and each person brings a little something. It's a potluck. I don't know why it's called that. You call it an American party? That's funny. We call it a potluck. It's because you don't know what you're getting in each pot. Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense, Pat. My mom always had a hot dish that she would make, being from Minnesota. They know how to do a potluck right in Minnesota. Snowyak says normally here, if you give a party, you get all the food and drink. Well, that's generally how it is here too, unless you say ahead of time, it's a potluck, and then everybody brings something. Like on when my friends used to always host a Saturday once a month, they would host a gaming party at their house on Saturday. And they couldn't afford to every month get food for everybody for a whole day of gaming. So it was potluck and everybody brought something. My mom was always a hot dish, Pat. You got that right. And she still is. Snowy says, so when a friend of mine was in the USA, he took a drink from the fridge and someone got real angry at him. Oh, see, that seems a bit out of line. Like if somebody has you in their house, then I don't I don't think I've ever been to somebody's house where they would get upset that you grabbed a drink from their fridge or something. I would say 95% of the time people are just like, make yourself at home. You know, make yourself at home, help yourself to whatever. Mitsugard, hey, how are you? Mitsugard says, I think potluck is fun to have with the intent to try different foods. or to get to share what each person likes to eat. Hey, Dio. But yeah. Pat says, at which point I strip, grab the remote, and start playing the butt trumpet. Now that's like to every party I've ever been to. There's always somebody doing that. Never tell me to make myself at home. Yeah, Dio's like normal day for me. Right? See, none of that surprises me. Okay, so I have a highlight. I have this blue mid-tone color, so now it's time for a coffee. Are you having coffee, Snowy? My day was the same boring day I have every day. It was good. It was fine. Always good. Exercise, eat, exercise, eat, stream. Tonight is D&D. Tonight is D&D with V, and she will be killing all of us because she did not succeed last week. My character has 8 hit points. Going into what we're trying to do is a long rest, but yeah, pretty sure that's failing. So, maybe rolling up a new character. I should have one ready just in case. V says, I have permission to manage Jarrett's character. Mwahahaha. Can we get a heal over here? No. No, yeah, he doesn't have spell slots left. That's why we're taking a rest. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Snowyak's character has 136 hit points. So that means you're healthy? I mean, I normally have more hit points than 8. It's just that I'm that close to death right now. My character was reduced to unconsciousness last week. And rolled the death save, and I rolled a natural 20. So I was revived, and I was back at 1 hit point. And then I took a potion of healing, which gave me 7 more hit points. So I am at 8 hit points. So surely I will be dying tonight. Hey, Big Jim Slade. Mizzy is in the process of making a new character. Also, new Monday night D&D group since our Wednesday night is on hold for a while. Who's Shirley? Says Pat. Pat, if you haven't figured out who Shirley is by now, I can't help you with that. And don't call me Shirley. Ooh, we're getting closer and closer to the Read Me a Chapter challenge. Pat Draws says Monday nights are the only night I can stay up late. So how come you don't come hang out in our paint parties more often then? Pat? You must be serious. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let us throw this highlight into a few places. Oops, I need to rinse my brush out before I do that. I still had blue on it, and that's not helpful. So a little bit of a highlight here. And of course, because these are Reaper Clears, even though there's a little bit of white mixed in with this color, it's not going to be super opaque, and I don't really want it to be super opaque. I do want there to be a little of the underlying color showing through. Later we can glaze back down with our mid-tone. Just to tone down some of the places where I will inevitably get carried away with my highlights, because I always do. But I think it's easier to get carried away with them and then tone them down by glazing a little bit of my mid-tone color over it than having it be too dark, because that's not as easy to fix. It always seems like it's way easier to shade a color from light to dark than it is to highlight a color. You know, a color that's too dark. And I did get carried away here, because this looks way more like regular flesh tone all the way across that hand instead of just the little highlight. So yeah, definitely will be toning down that on the hand. Now I just want to hint at the top of the cheekbones and the chin. On the side of the face that's facing up a little bit, the other side is tilted down, so that's going to be more in shadow. And then this hand, and that's all the skin on this model. She's swathed in clothing. Big Jim Slade says, well, if you have Wednesdays free now, Captain Mizzy, I have a stream for you to watch. Yes. Yes, because Wednesdays it's alternating, right, Big Jim Slade? The Pyro Club D&D session, and then on your channel, alternating Wednesdays is the world building, right? I think we all follow Big Jim Slade Gaming already, all of us who are here. If you don't follow Big Jim Slade Gaming, give him a follow right now. He does a lot of fun content, video games like Raft and Subnautica and other craziness, and then also some role-playing game stuff, and the real estate stream, which is usually about once a month. Questionable real estate, where we get together and mock real estate listings. Pat Draws says because I'm usually half toasted and watching a D&D stream. I see. Instead of being half toasted and just, painting minis and talking to us. I see how it is. Well, I hope your court thing went well, Pat. That doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like the opposite of fun. Anything having to do with court. Pat says, I don't know, last night was kind of sus. All 4 players were bards, but none of them could sing or play instruments. 2 of them are actually in real life proficient in their instruments, and the other 2 can wing it. There was not a lot of playing last night in their role playing, that's true. There was other stuff in their role playing last night. That's why I never play a bard, Pat. I always figure that people are going to expect me to be able to actually, sing something or do something. No, that's not me. That's not me. Your wife wrecked her car and we had to go to court, but found out we didn't need to go if we had a letter from the insurance company saying it was all taken care of, so I'm waiting for the letter. Oh, fun times. I am sorry to hear that, Pat. I hope she's okay. Let's get the shading in here, and then maybe we go back to the midtones. We'll just throw a little dark into a few places. Oh, I didn't shade the upper arm. I missed that part. Okay, that was easy enough. So now I'm using this dark color to just do some dark lining around the areas where the skin meets other parts of the model, like the bracer. Now, I really am not certain that whether there's like supposed to be cloth on this or not. I don't know. It's not 100% what the details are on this arm. It's bones, probably the metal one. You can tell a little bit easier. And I have to figure out what color to make this this little whatever it is that's encircling the bracer. I don't know if that's more leather or if it's metal. I'm gonna probably paint it like metal. Because why not? You know what? Why not just use this color as a dark line all the way around all these things? Why not? Just getting a little shading in between her fingers. And then where the fingers are touching the cloth on her head, there, it's a little bit of shadow. Big Jim Slade says, so this is the thing that I blame Critical Role for more than anything Mercer does. Sam Riegel, as a bard, has put way too much pressure on others who play bards to do the same thing. And I'm a huge fan, says Jim. Pat Draws says she had a boo-boo on her leg and a sore chest from the seatbelt. Other than that, physically fine. Still a little gun shy about driving, though. That's understandable. Yeah. I've never watched Critical Role. I have a lot of friends who are uh, a lot it's a lot easier for them to act charismatic, where a bard is supposed to be charismatic in dealing with other people, and I do not. I find it extremely difficult to act charismatic as another character. So I will never play a bard. And that's why I won't play a bard. Still with the dark lining. Dark lining, and note that I don't say black lining, and some people call it black lining, and some people will suggest using black to make little lines around the different areas, like where the skin meets the cuff of the shirt or in between the fingers. I feel like black it's just such an extreme value, and you don't really, if I look at my fingers, there's nothing as dark as black in these shadows. So dark, yes. Black, no. So I wouldn't paint black in between the fingers. I might paint a dark brown or a dark, maroon color. My knuckle wrinkles look like smiling old ladies. Oh my god. We'll just paint the knuckle, shall we? Lipstick? right, Sibstorm? Mizzy says if I ever play a bard, y'all are gonna see a very drunk Mizzy in every session, and that's too expensive in cost of alcohol. Mitsukart, Nannyog, yes. Put some lipstick on her, make her pretty like one of your friends. Is she pretty now, Pat? Is she pretty now? Asma says if they need to use that dice for performance checks, then have at it. I have to roll to hit things with a bat, and I'm pretty damn good at hitting things with a bat in real life. Spent the majority of my life making sure of that. Doesn't mean my character automatically are good at hitting things with a bat. Yeah, but God forbid, you know, you can't role play being a bard. They all want to see people role play being a bard, and I suck at that. So, when I say all, I mean like all of the people that I've personally played with, for the most part. So, Sibstorm says, Jim asks, what did you do on stream today? I painted an old lady knuckle. I painted my old lady knuckle. Look, look, look. It just looks, wow, it just looks even creepier. Hold on, we have to, God, talk about getting sidetracked. I have really old knuckles, yes. Yes, I have really old knuckles. See, she's so happy. She's so happy, and then it's like, oh, okay. Just gonna paint my, yeah, painting my knuckle like a happy old lady. A happy old lady. Wow. Snowyak's eyes are closing. Go to sleep, Snowy. Rest your head. And the brush guy. Schlaf gut. Slap lecker. Sweet dreams. Alright, let's get back to the dark lining with my color that, well, I was gonna say my color is mostly dry over here, but I did just mix the same color on the other side of my palette. Pat Draws says it gives a whole new scary meaning to the term knuckle baby. So, Pat Draws, I don't even know the term knuckle baby. So, there is no new term. That's my only frame of reference. Knuckles. It's their knuckles. Knuckles. Only the K is silent because I don't know why. Because English doesn't make sense. So as I get my dark color down into the recesses of her face, the face itself should stand out a little bit more. Big Jim Slade says it's exactly what you probably would imagine. Big Jim Slade, all I'm imagining right now is that. That's all I'm imagining right now. So, you go with that, it's better. Yes, thank you. Sibstorm says, Cathy, I'm going to get that other mini out to you this weekend or before. Okay, cool. I also have a Shork in the mail, winging its way to me from V. And I am excited to get my Shork and mat that puppy and hang it on the wall right in front of me. Right there, right next to my Adepticon 2007 Best of Show and my crayon coloring of a rabbit person with tentacles, and of course my Raven Tilburg Cthulhu. All the things that you have hanging on the wall in front of you. All those things. Knuckle Grandma. Okay, does she look like she has closed eyes? I can't tell. It looks like it could go either way. The one eye looks like it's closed, maybe. The other eye looks like it is not closed. So they will be open. And I definitely want this darkest color on the part of the nose that's, see how her head is angled? It's tilted downward. So this side of the nose is going to get that really dark shadow. And this side of the chin and the lips is also going to get that. Why do I feel like my camera is not close enough? Rush Guy says, well, it's bedtime for me now. Enjoy your stream, everybody. I like the colors on her Cathy. Thank you very much, Brush Guy. And, Schlaf gut. I thought you were already going to sleep. Have a good night. And here, there's a little happy grandma for you to leave with. Little happy grandma. V is back, and it's hot outside. Good night, happy grandma. V, did you see? Did you see the happy grandma knuckles? Were you here for me painting my knuckle to look like a happy grandma who then just goes like that? I wasn't sure if you were out with the dog while I was doing that. And now I'm just shading. Sometimes when you're painting so many different layers of cloth, you're like, where is the end of this cloth? Where does the one cloth end and the other cloth begin? That's where I'm at right now. Where does the one cloth end and the other begin? We cannot forget her feet. So we have the dark color now, and then we're going to go back in with our mid-tone and kind of connect the dark color with the highlight color using the mid-tone color. And then we can figure out just where we want to go with this bleen, fabric. That's why I didn't want to do the skin bleen, because all this fabric is also bleen. And I wanted them to be distinct from one another. That's blue-green for those that don't speak the V. Cathy vernacular. I want to paint a lip. I need the right highlight though. I feel like I just wasted my time with that little thing. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. You can barely see it though. You can barely see it. Hey, Nivik. Nivik says, oh, I know Bleen. I'm almost Cathy fluent. Hey, Bithtron, how are you? And Angry Ham, hello. V says, I thought it was just how your knuckle turned out when you got paint on it. You tried to play inside but needed more space. Nivik says, so dark aqua for non-Cathy speakers. Bleen, Nivik, it's Bleen. It is Bleen, yes. Bleen Bleen is actually any sort of aqua, turquoise, teal color that blends blue and green together. That's there you have it. You're doing okay on the last of your 4 days off. What did you do on your 4 days off? Did you get to do anything fun? Hopefully. Nivik says there's a tattoo ink that calls that color peacock. Yep, yeah, I could see that. Mm-hmm. Like this. Could be peacock. Or this. They're, you know, two slightly different colors. I want a tattoo that is peacock colored. That's one of my favorite colors. Obviously, you can't do it because you are way up in Canadian land, though. Somewhere over there. Hold on. Somewhere over here. Is it within reach? No. It is not within reach. Or I would show you the thing that I want as a tattoo. But it's not within reach, so it's just gonna stay there. A peacock feather? I do not want a tattoo of a peacock feather. Do you know how many peacock feathers I saw when I worked at the Renaissance festivals? Too many. They're pretty. They are pretty. Ham has a note from his doctor, so he's excused from getting tattoos. Probably as many infinity symbols. Oh my god. Seriously? Wait. Is it peacock feathers and infinity symbols? Is that like the most things that you get asked to do tattoos of? What is the most popular but most boring tattoo for you to do? Mizzy says, I'll get tats for both of us, Ham. The infinity symbol. Yeah, when you said infinity symbol, I was like, God, there must be a lot of people asking for that. That does seem really, really boring. Also, who wants to live forever, as the song says? Sidstorm, I've never used pearlescent inks on a mini. In fact, I would say that I have never used inks on a mini, period. Not counting. Where is it? I'm looking way back in the back of this thing of paints, but it was right in front. This Liquitex iridescent bright silver ink. This is a really cool thing to use for doing metallics. Oh man, for doing the highlights on stuff. Or even the midtone stuff, especially if you're going to do like some darker glazes of shadows and rust later. It is so shiny. Like super shiny. And then I also have this metal medium, which you put in other colors to make them look metallic, but I haven't used pearlescent or iridescent or color shifty things like in inks. Bithtron says, I relaxed. No mini painting, but reading some rules for games and got the second COVID shot. Hooray! V wants a Shork tattoo. The magenta Shork? Because that would be awesome. Nimic says, mind you, it's getting to the point that there is enough people that say they want me to tattoo them. I may just have to do some guest spots. You're famous! You're famous, Nivik. Nivik says, with names in it, that changes it, meaning it no longer means infinity. No, does it mean death do us part? Asaburn Punk says the poly community adopted the infinity symbol. I did not know that. I don't know why. I don't know why that, out of anything, would be the, like, I don't know. Infinite love? Like infinite love? Maybe? Like for everyone? Not just for one person? Anyways. Oh my god, that cat is so cute. And also it looks like my old cat. When he was a kitten. Sibstorm says, one of these days I want to cover up the two tats I have with a Navy anchor between a Seahawk and a F-14 Tomcat. I don't even know if that's serious or not. I want a ship and a heart that says Mom. I don't know. I don't know. Sibstorm says, I'm painting up a large fish mount of a mini and thought adding a pearl effect to the scales would be neat. I think that's a really cool idea, and I have seen people do that. Matt DiPietro, in fact, specifically painted a big fish, and that turned out really cool. Had that sort of iridescent fish scales kind of look to it. V is just drawing your drawing of the Shork. You would want the artist to make a Shork for you. Nice to relax, but my work schedule changed from working nights to evenings. Kitten is happily discovering it can play with one of the other cats. Nivik says no, it means death to creativity. Acidburn says, yeah, infinite love, it's the reason behind it exactly. V says, I don't understand why you'd go to a professional artist and be like, here, put a dumb infinity symbol on me. Sibstorm says, totally serious. In the Navy, I worked on F-14 Tomcats and SH-60B Seahawks. Okay, well that makes sense. Now I have Popeye music playing in my head, though. Just saying. Ham says, just to clarify, I like some tats, but I have a note from my doctor that says I can't have them. I understand. It's okay. It's okay. I have only one. Dad says I'm getting a mural of Cathy on my booty cheeks. There are things I want to say, but I'm not gonna. I just don't want to put that image in anyone's head ever. Nivik says, I don't mind, not my tattoo. We all start somewhere. It's just that whole idea of getting exactly the same thing thousands of people have is one thing. If there's room for variety or creativity. Venus is too late. Now I have that image in my head. Not the image I have in my head, though, V. I'm pretty sure. It's also very horrifying. Dio says V on one cheek and Cathy on the other, smooching. Aww, that's... I have no words. I have no words. V will word for me. I'm speechless. V may speak for me. Nivik says, the thing is, V, most people don't even understand infinity. They think it means forever. It does not. Dio says, when I clench my booty cheeks, you guys smooch. Okay. Flex, release. Flex, release. Just over here, just making colors, mix paint. You know, just painting stuff. Nivik, the splody grots cracked me up. The splody grots and the the squigs on wheels. Oh my god, those are amazing. I was watching Nivik stream last night, and he was showing stuff from the, what is it, Dominion box, and so yeah, Beast Snaggas. All right, I'm doing the quote unquote whites of her eyes. I don't even know if a Simic hybrid has whites of their eyes, but we're just gonna throw a little dot of white in a couple places on here. And now I need my dark color back in here to do a little dark spot. I kind of want it to look like she's looking up. You know? There. That's hard to see too. I need a better camera. This one has a thing where, like, you should be able to zoom in. There's all this space for zooming in, but you can only zoom in so far. Like, I can zoom all the way out, and then I can zoom in once, and then I can zoom in, and that's as far as I can go. But I wish I could go further. Anyways, there's her eyes. So now, midtones. My midtone color that I mixed up is almost dried, because that was the first color I mixed, and it's the last color I'm using on the skin, of course. Because, you know, that's just how things go, right? I just realized I need to get a little dark in between the finger and thumb right there. So this is gonna just sort of smooth out that transition between the highlight and that dark color. I don't know if I even want to do very much to the face. I kind of like the face just like it is. Now I'm just wanting to tone down that highlight on the hand like I was talking about earlier, where I got a little carried away with my highlight color. I do still feel kind of like I need an even lighter mid-tone color. Something in between my highlight and my other mid-tone color the color I'm using now, this bluish gray. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's fine. It just looks so dark. It just looks so dark. Lee says, what do I want for dinner tonight before the TPK? The TPK will be dessert. Hi. So, hey, there was a tiny hiccup there. My computer did not turn off. My OBS just decided to disconnect for some reason. My OBS just, gave me the big FU for a moment, so I just had to restart. Not my entire computer this time, only my software, which is so much easier. But yeah, that's annoying. I have no idea why it did that. I have no clue. Like, at the beginning of my stream, I was mysteriously dropping frames, which is weird and unusual. And then it got better. But, yeah. So I don't know what. Anyways, I need to find a color that is between my highlight color and this color. Something in between those two. So maybe what if so this was blue and red with white. Blue and red with white. I put more white in there. I'm going to throw some of this in here. We need a little more blue. So this color is definitely a darker value than this color, and then that color is. I see V and I see Bithtron. Is everybody else still there? Did I lose you? So this is just gray. I definitely need to put more blue in that because that is just straight up gray. That's about as neutral as you could get. V says, I still haven't decided on dinner. Yeah, dinner. That's what I was thinking about when everything just decided to go, what? I swear I had an idea earlier of what I was going to eat for dinner. Oh, and I'm going to have a nectarine for dessert. While I'm getting killed by V, I'm going to eat my nectarine because it's soft and it won't make crunching noises in everybody's ears while I eat it. my soft snacks for when I'm in Discord. So I don't crunch in anyone's ears. Dios's V is making me dinner tonight. Yeah, Dio's gonna eat the salty tears from a TPK. It will be delicious. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind Dio eating the tears of my bugbear. At least I know they won't go to waste. Alright, this is better. It's lighter. It still has a cool sort of cast to it. It still looks fairly gray. And I did want it to be more of a blue-gray kind of color. I still just, I like her face. I don't know, maybe her upper lip I do this color. Maybe up there. I know that the brow is underneath the shadow of the hood, but I still want people to see that detail in there. And the only way that you can see it is if I just take a slightly lighter value in there than what probably should be. in real life. So now, yeah, I feel better about that skin. Yep, yep. Much better. Yeah. Data says, I do warn you, Cathy. V asks me for bad guy advice, so you may have been fighting some of the ideas I send her. I highly doubt that, Dio, because V's ideas were very creative, which cannot possibly have come from you. Asma says, salty tears are so versatile. You can season food, boil spaghetti, or just drink them. Seasoning food. If you take tears out and let the moisture evaporate, you do get that nice salt from it. And you can bathe in it. So that's something that you didn't consider, but you get a nice bath salt if you get enough of those tears, and then yeah. Which, I mean, I guess you could bathe in the tears themselves, but that's always an option. Dad said, like last week, she said, who makes a good boss for 3rd level? And I said, Tiamat. That's absolutely what's going to happen while the cleric is out of spell slots and 2 party members are sorely wounded. Yep, Tiamat. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's nothing Cathy can do to prepare for it. It's true. Like I even would, though. Prepare. Prepare for D&D. That's challenge level 30, not 3. Sorry, says Dio. Yeah. That's fine. V says, you know what's delicious in Sea of Thieves when you steal someone's loot and they get all salty about it? Did you steal Harcher's loot? Did you steal Big Jim Slade's loot? Acid Burn Punk says that at third level, you can use my method. Take an animal that's normally not threatening and make it 12 feet tall. But if it's 12 feet tall, does that necessarily mean it's going to be threatening? I mean, just because it's 12 feet tall doesn't mean a bunny is not still going to be just a bunny interested in eating lettuce. Sibstorm says, in the cartoon, a bunch of level 1s defeated Tiamat in the first episode. I remember watching the cartoon, but I remember nothing about it. B says, no, Harcher and Slade helped me steal loot. Slade is really good at driving the boat. So he's the getaway driver, I see. Acid Burn says, at 12 feet tall, party members might look like toys. I guess if it's a cat. Maybe. Well, no, because 12 feet tall is only half again. I mean, that's like saying children look like toys. I'm still uncertain. I feel, you know what? Make it 24 feet tall. 24 feet tall will definitely look like toys. 12 feet tall is like 2 of my friend Warren. No, that's less than 2 of my friend Warren. Lisa's puppy says he wants to go to emergency poop. Why did it change to honk? I missed that. Why it would be honk. Alright, now I want to paint the bleen, and I need the bleen color to be more different than her skin. So I have to figure out how to make that contrast with the skin. So it's going to have to be more green. But first, there we go. There was a little dot of dark color there that just looked weird. I had to fix that. So we want actually maybe some phthalo. Do you want phthalo green or do we just straight up clear green? I feel like clear green because phthalo green, that phthalo color. Dio says time to walk the dog. I'll be back soon. Have a good walk, Dio. Pet the dog for me. Smush her face for me. Okay, so I have green and phthalo blue, so mix those together. Green, phthalo blue, white, and then we'll mix a green magenta for a shadow color. It isn't phthalo green, so I don't know if I've mixed a clear green magenta color before. I like that. We put a little blue in with it. We'll put a little blue in with it. Okay. It's a totally different flavor than the red with the phthalo blue. And I don't know what I want to do with the highlight. Throw some green in this color that I used for the skin tone, maybe? Need more blue. I've gone through all my blue. Wait, did I? Is that little? Can I get that? Yeah. No, I need more blue. After tonight, I need fresh palette paper. Then we will continue on Monday night painting the fawn. This guy, that's in our, I don't stream that. That's our in our paint night thing on Monday nights in the Pyro Club Discord, where everybody who wants to gets together to hobby and hang out and chat. Def cannot stream the fawn. Cannot stream the satyr. So much toss. Yeah. All right, I have some good colors. Look at how different this bleen is. It's more green than blue. I have a little upset tummy. Let me just mention that. I have a little upset tummy right now. It's a little uncomfortable. Let us start out with our highlight. It's fine, V. It will be fine. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure. I'll just take a little baking soda water. Just a little acid indigestion, I think. We're just throwing some highlight on right now. Wow. Throw the highlight on. I might not need to do anything else. I like how that leg looks with just the highlight color there. I may not need to throw anything else on there. Wouldn't that be nice? What is that? Why is it white? It shouldn't be white. I'll get my dark color there. Fix that. Not white. Not white anymore. If you want to wait until another time so Jarrett can be there, that's fine too, V. But, you know, I am 99.5% certain I will be just fine. Just throwing highlights in here. Little pantaloons. Car went home to sleep. Oh, Car went home to sleep off a migraine. I missed that part. I didn't see that. Oof, if Car's got a migraine, yeah, that could be rough. Yeah. So the inside of the cape, I just wanted to be bleen. But then the outside of it, I want to have a kind of freehand pattern on there. And I feel like I might have to, I probably should draw it out or find some photo reference of some animal, skin pattern sort of thing. Because I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do. I mean, it's not like it's her skin, but I think that would still be a fun pattern to draw inspiration from. I still can't believe, like, all yesterday I thought that last night was going to be D&D. So weird. And then I looked at the calendar and I was like, oh, well, that's not tonight. Oh, it's tomorrow. Ah, there is more blue on this side. You have to lurk and play with part. Thanks for hanging out, V. We'll see you later. All right, let's just throw some dark lining in here. We got that dark color we mixed up. Throw some dark lining in there. Where this cloth meets the other cloth is where I definitely want some of that dark lining to be. I'm going to glaze that. You always want, like, at least 3 colors, and I guess that's why Reaper's Triads are such a good idea for people. Because they have a light value for highlights, they have a mid-tone value, and then they have a shadow value. And you can do more in between that light, that mid-tone, and that dark if you want to. Or you can just do, straight out of the bottle, like wet blend those colors. It's really a handy tool. I haven't used them, but I've seen other people use them, and it just seems like a really fun idea. I remember when they first came out with them, and that's what I thought at the time too. I was like, oh, triads. So you don't have to think about, you know, what color to use for your shadow, what color to use for your, your highlight. It's all just sort of handed to you right there, which is very convenient. There is an area, actually right here, this whole area I sculpted in with green stuff because she had hair that was flowing out right here on the model. There was this hair flowing out like this, and she's supposed to be bald, so I had to chop that hair off. And if you've ever tried chopping bones material, it doesn't cut smoothly like other plastics. So I had to really dig into it, and then I had to cover over that area with a bit of green stuff. So this piece of the belt and this pink material right here and this pink material here, I just kind of fudged that. That was what Sibstorm wanted on this model. The character doesn't have hair, so this hood also, the hood went to about here, and then you could see her hair and her forehead. So I just did green stuff and extended the hood till it was covering her hair. And somehow I didn't realize that there was another thing of hair that was sticking out over on this side. But it all turned out fine. And it's been, it's been a fun project. Asmo says, I love the triads. I'm terrible at using them correctly. I do love the olive skin triad, though. That's probably the only one I've used the way it was intended. That would have been so much easier for me when I was trying to come up with an olive skin tone for a couple of my Warcry warband when I was painting the not Goliath, that's Necromunda, the Iron Golems. And I had no idea what colors to mix for that. I had to Google the olive skin tone for reference pictures. It would have been so much easier with the triad. I feel like if I was using a triad, I would end up using the middle one first because I always do a mid-tone first as kind of a base color. And then I would throw a highlight, the light color down in the highlight areas. But then I would go back, as I always inevitably do, and tone down the highlight with a little bit of the mid-tone. And then go in with the final darker color and add the shadows. I don't know. I mean, I guess if I had them, then I could experiment with that. But the only Reaper paints, not the only Reaper paints, the only ones I really use, I have about a handful of other Reaper paints. But mainly I just have the clears. And there's 9 of them. So, the puppy has a piggy and is chewing on the piggy's leg. Aww, puppy. I just want to get this dark color done. on the bleen. So that's what I've been doing. Just get this dark color done here on the bleen. It seems to be going well. And I want my dark color down on the underside of this pantaloon where it billows out right there. I feel like there should be a darker color down there. And right there. And this whole upper part of this piece of cloth that's hanging down. The only reason this piece of cloth is even here, it doesn't actually seem to go with the rest of the garment, but it makes it so that she can be floating in air. And I don't know how they would have really done that if they didn't just have this one mysterious piece. It looks like it's part of the cape as it goes down here and then just turns into this one long part of the cape, which is a bit confusing, but whatever. It's fine. I just paint the things in front of me. You don't ask questions. Well, I do. I just did. But it's fine. I also didn't file mold lines on this because Bones figures it's nigh impossible. It's really so much work that it's just not worth it. So there they remain. Such a fun model though. We're almost done with our dark color. And then I can remember what I was going to eat for supper. I'm just totally drawing a blank. But I guess once I see it, I'll know. I'm going to get this dark color in a kind of an area up in here. Just kind of stab that in there. Because that's all going to be kind of in... Uh-oh. Tater tots. Eeny minis. Thank you so much for the raid. The sassholes are here. I welcome all sassholes and all kinds of sass. Hello everybody, welcome to More Than Dice. I'm Cathy Wappel. This is where I paint miniatures, and I'm painting this Reaper model right now. And I was just actually finishing up, much like the other night when I raided Eenie and she was finishing up. Hey, Trader Legions. Hey, Tevistan. JJ. VV, there's a JJ. Gore the Frank, hey! How are you? Ham is sneaking off to bed. Goat's not. Angry Ham. I might have missed that. It's not tater tots. V, I'm out of tater tots. I need more tater tots. Yeah, this is acrylics, Eenie. These Reaper minis I've been painting for this project are just acrylics. So, thank you, Gore. This is actually a Reaper Bones mini, mostly. Since it's representing somebody's character in a D&D campaign, and she doesn't have hair, she's bald. So he asked if I could take the hood that she was wearing and extend it over her forehead because she had a bit of her hair and her forehead showing. So I extended the hood further to cover up the hair completely with green stuff, and then where the hair was flowing out here out the side of the model, I chopped that off, and then I took some green stuff and sculpted some cloth in here to fix that area, that jagged plastic. So, but yeah, this has been a fun project. There's this one. This one's not Reaper. This is a Raging Heroes model, but this is part of that same project, and I'm almost finished with her. I just have to paint the little flowers and finish the staff. But I was trying for that translucent, gauzy fabric on the dress. And so Raging Heroes does some amazing models. I don't know if you've seen their artwork, uh, go find them if you haven't. They have great artists and great sculptors, and this is 3D printed. So if you go to their Patreon or their My Mini Factory, you can get STLs of their stuff and print it yourself, which is the better alternative than buying the resin models from them, because then you control the quality. And oh, thanks, Gore. Thanks, Trader. So, and this is the other Reaper model that I was working on for that project. So she's a water genasi, and that was a lot of fun to work on too. So she's done. The other lady's almost done. This lady is also almost done. I'm just putting some dark shadows on this blue-green cloth. And then I was going to go eat supper because I'm starving. And tonight is D&D, so I can't even I cannot hang out longer. It's like must eat and then Dungeons and Dragons. Because you know how it is. You know. I know. I'm pretty sure that you're all D&D nerds. Wait, who does not play D&D? I know there are people that watch the stream that don't play D&D, which is fine. I mean, that's totally fine. It's not everybody's thing. Role-playing games are not everybody's thing. It's just something I've been doing since I was a kid. Am I good at it? Maybe not, but I enjoy it. Plague Bear, hi, how are you? Everything is going good. Hey, Nivik. Nivik doesn't anymore. Trader says, I play D&D in the theoretical sense. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's all really theoretical anyways. It's just let's pretend. It's just a bunch of big kids playing let's pretend, right? That's all it is. Plague Bear says, I participated in one campaign, but the group was really weird. It was with my ex and her husband, so things were... Oh, God. I can't even imagine how that would play out. That would be interesting. Yeah, you're right, Plague Bear. That would be very interesting. Well, that's the dark shading on her. And then tomorrow is my reading stream, you guys. Tomorrow, reading stream. That is when I read Pulp Fiction of the early 1900s. So I haven't actually decided what I'm going to read tomorrow. I really should have decided that earlier this week, but it is what it is. Last Friday, we finished A Princess of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs, which is the first book in the John Carter of Mars series. And we've read a few Conan the Barbarian stories by Robert E. Howard. We've read some H.P. Lovecraft. We've read some Edgar Allan Poe. We read Sherlock Holmes, a couple Sherlock Holmes stories. So, yeah, JG, it will be supple. So supple. Yeah, but I bet there's parts of you that are very supple, JJ. Plague Bear says the husband was the DM too, so I had the odds stacked against me. That what? He was against you? That just seems. Why did they even have you play? That's so bizarre. Cathy brings the supple. That's my personal T-shirt. Cathy brings the supple. I don't know how. It's Robert E. Howard's fault. I blame Robert E. Howard entirely for that. There was that one story, that one Conan story, where it must have been early in his writing career, and the word supple appeared in every chapter describing various skin types. Plague Bear says, I was a half-orc that peed on everything, though, so I may have brought that hatred upon myself. Honestly, if I was a player character and you peed on my shit, you would not belong for this world. Or I would not belong for this world. I like to look at characters that are jerks as people I wouldn't hang out with as a character, because if people in real life or people are jerks, then I'm not going to hang out with them or travel with them. So if I'm playing a role-playing game, why would my character travel with them? I'd be like, all right, I'm hitting the road. See ya. I'm not going to hang out with them. That would be silly. Not at anyone's personal belongings. I'm pretty sure Captain Mizzy, uh, one of my mods here, I don't think she's here anymore. I think she's off doing other stuff. Uh, but she had a tabaxi that peed on everything in their most recent campaign, so not entirely unheard of. But let's find somebody to raid now, because I need to make supper. I need to make supper, and tomorrow I will be reading to you. I will be reading a story to you. I don't know what it is yet. Maybe another Conan novel. Maybe the next John Carter book. Hard to say. Trouble is still unboxing Reaper Bones. Nosferatu is also streaming. I just rated Trouble earlier this week. A.T. Roger. I'm not even following A.T. Roger with More Than Dice. Let's raid A.T. Roger. Thank you, JJ. If only I could type. Roger Acid Burn is live too. Oh, also I don't follow him either on. Well, I've got AT Roger going. So here we go. Here we go. Everybody, give AT Roger a follow if you're not following him already. That's what I'll be doing. Have a good night. Hope to see you tomorrow. 3 p.m. Central is when I start. Have a good night.